Welcome to episode 6 of Come On, Amanda. As you probably all know by now, the secret is out. Bruce knows that he's not the father of George, and he's most likely not the father of the new baby either. So, he has to think about what to do. He can't just chuck Amanda out the door because she's pregnant, and in his job, image is very important. So, he just compromises and says he'll keep her in the house until she gives birth at least. But he'll set her up in the west wing of the third floor, and that will be the only place she's allowed to go. That way, he barely has to interact with her at all until the baby is born. In the meantime, Amanda's in pretty bad shape. She's very hungry, very tired, and she's had no fun in quite a long time. But between being pregnant and taking care of George, she certainly doesn't have much time for herself. Not quite the glamorous life one would think of living in a mansion with a rich guy. But Amanda's learned the hard way. And now it's time for her to get some food. She doesn't really care too much about Bruce's rules. She comes downstairs anywhere where there's food left over from one of Bruce's many dinners he has with his clients. And, very tired, Amanda tries to get what sleep she can before she's inevitably woken by some urgent need, most likely having to do with little George. And seems she's having nightmares, thinking about Bruce, worrying about what's going to happen, which is quite understandable given her situation. And of course, the fact that her fun meter is all the way down probably has something to do with it too. But after what seems like no rest at all, Amanda gets up to take little George to the potty. George has been playing around with a puddle in the bathroom. It's kind of funny how parents will spend a lot of money buying toys for their kids, but sometimes the kids will find the most enjoyment in something like a puddle or a piece of plastic or, a blade of grass or something like that. Well, George inches closer to learning the potty skill, which is a bright light in Amanda's otherwise dreary day. Well, she puts George to sleep so he can have a nice, comfortable rest for another busy day of toddler activities. Yep, time to get rid of the poop, Amanda. Yes, icky, nasty stuff, that poop. But of course, Amanda is still very hungry, so after she gets rid of the poop, she decides to have some more food. Yes, Bruce has rigged her up a little kitchen area on the third floor so she doesn't have to come to any of the other areas in the house. And Amanda, it seems, with everything on her mind, let her Pop-Tart burn a little bit. But, like before, she doesn't care about Bruce's stupid rules. She's going to eat on the top of the house, no matter what he has to say about it. And once again, it's back to bed. Although, she's still not very happy. She's still pretty stinky, and she's still not having any fun. Poor Amanda. And here's George, playing with his little rabbit head, learning all sorts of charisma points, which is a good thing for the poor guy. Yes, he has no idea what's going on. He has no idea how stressed his mom is. And he has no idea that Norm is his father. Yes, he just lives in a blissful world of his own. And it's good to see that at least his needs are pretty well maintained. As Amanda thinks of Alex, one of her many boyfriends over the years, and gets up. It's time to get some more food and hopefully do something to make her in a little bit of a better mood. As poor little George there continues to play with his little rabbit head. It's a funny little guy. Well, at least it's not a demented teddy bear. Well, Amanda finally has a moment to take herself to the shower, which is very good because her hygiene level was all the way down. And when that happens, they become quite stinky. Yes, but Amanda decides it's time to get George his bottle, because George is hungry after all, and thirsty. And Amanda's made a decision. Norm has to be able to meet his new son. There's nothing for it. So, out here in the really overgrown garden, even though they have a gardener, it still isn't very well maintained. And Norm comes up, a little nervous, a little excited about meeting the son that, until recently, he didn't even know he had. Amanda greets him quite enthusiastically, and they chat for a bit. It's finally the moment that little George will meet his father for the first time, and hopefully it will be the beginning of a lasting relationship. So here, in the halls of the 3rd floor, father and son lay eyes on each other for the first time. Norm notices how George has the same dark black hair as he does. He definitely recognizes a lot of the features in little George as his own. He kind of feels regretful for not meeting his son sooner, but he's very happy to see him now. Well, Amanda's plumb tired, so she goes to bed, while George and Norm play together, bonding as father and son. It's a wonderful thing. Yes, making up for lost time now. But despite all their fun, George is very tired, and very stinky too. But Norm's not going to be able to do much about that now. So he's just going to bring George to bed. And Norm has to get going before Bruce sees him and gets mad. But he knows he'll see his son again. And that brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next time.